From now on, yeah, if any of you wants a piece of this, you're actually gonna have to wine dine and like 69 me later, because I ain't doing that anymore. I'm not putting out on the first date. Not that people even take me on dates. I just literally get a whiff of cock and I'm like, wah. But that is not happening.
Welcome to the S.Banks&JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S.Banks, and I'm joined by my co-host,
JD.
What are we talking about today?
Woman said she ain't putting out unless.
Unless. Yeah, we don't know why. We don't know what it is.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, let's jump in and play clip number 1.
From now on, yeah, if any of you wants a piece of this, you're actually gonna have to wine dine and like 69 me later, because I ain't doing that anymore. I'm not putting out on the first date. Not that people even take me on dates. I just literally get a whiff of cock and I'm like, wah. But that is not happening. We're gonna go on 10 dates and you're gonna spend 10 grand, and then I might even look at your dick. Actually, I'm gonna have to have a dick pic first, so I'm not wasting my time, obviously. But fuck that. However, no, I need a little willy with the fuck. No, because that's my baby.
Okay, we now know why she's not putting out. Now, so after being ran through countless times, and bear in mind, she told on herself. So after having how many hot girl summers, she wants to be taken seriously.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
Any takers, put in the comments.
Please do.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share some of your thoughts.
Why should a man have to jump through hoops to get some coup de cat when she was giving out her coup de cat for free to Tom, Dick, and Harry?
I hear you. It's nature. Only a certain percentage of men have populated. So if all men populate, the quality of children ain't gonna be that great. I'm just saying. If I'm speaking from nature perspective, right? Let's argue some of her points. 10 dates. So that 10 dates, and she's saying you have to at least, let me say again, 10 dates, and you have to at least spend 10 grand. So
Who's gonna do that?
So if it's 10 grand and 10 dates, this means if it's one guy, you have to at least spend a bag a date. So she's being ran through, and now she's got criteria. Now she's got a preference. Now she's saying, you got to spend this on me because I put out blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking for a sucker now. Any takers?
You no longer qualify because your mileage has been used up with other guys.
Well, she wants to be wined and dined.
Okay, you may want that, but only a select amount of men will do that for her, because they're the type of men who can't get chicks. The ones that can't get chicks will maybe take her up on that offer, right? Not no 10 grand business. I don't know about all of that, but they'll take her up on her offer by taking her somewhere on a date to try and get some cooch. But that's not the type of guy she actually wants.
But the guys that she wants, she can't retain.
They ain't
long
taking
term.
her on no date.
Okay, men are the guys that she had previously are clearly not taking her on dates. That's her own admission.
Yeah.
She's saying, I'm tired of being ran through. What? I want to be a wife now. But that clip was so short, but there was so much said. You know, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words.
Yep.
She told on herself. I'm just saying, so if a guy does take her on dates, jumps through the hoops for her, takes her seriously. So if it's transactional and it's tick for tat, what do I get for my money? What do I get for my resource? And to take this woman seriously, what? Use cat.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's being ran through.
A man will pay up for a car that is fresh out of the showroom. But why would he want to pay up for a used
A
car?
used vehicle.
Why would he want to pay up? Okay, when you go to that showroom, you expect that mileage to be on 0. If anything, it's on 0.1.
Let's call it 0. We don't need to get technical. 0.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that maybe to drive it from wherever it was off the boat to drive it to the showroom,
When it
that's
got
what the
shipped
mileage
in.
is. Yeah. So he'll pay up in that sense. But why would he want to? I'm not saying that it will never happen. It never happens. It does. But why would a man want to pay up when the mileage on that car is run up?
Men value purity and youth.
Yeah.
Purity's out the question. Women want to cash out
When it's too late.
Cash out.
when they hit the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So what does he get for his money? What is
That's what we're trying to figure
he
out here.
literally don't get no bang for his buck.
No.
So in my
And
opinion,
you want him to pay for the bang.
city girls are down. City girls are down. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Put in the comments, city girls, argue me. Be respectful, but argue me down. You lost that round.
Put it in the comments, ladies.
Let's keep it 100.
Put it in the comments. Are you down?
Yeah. And let me add another point. At the end, she said, she utters at the end, oh, I don't want no little D like my baby father, blah, blah, blah. Do you think you sound cute? You might think you sound funny. And yeah, we might laugh because it's content and that's what we do. We create content and it's good if we get views. But as far as outside of that, men taking you seriously, really? And that's the father of your child. And you putting them on blast as well? See, I don't want to nitpick, but I'm just stating the obvious.
Why would a man want to take you seriously when you put your baby father on blast like that? Why would he want to take you seriously even if you didn't? The fact is, you would give up the coochie
Yeah.
easily to a guy that you wouldn't want to.
No. Change that up. She's given up the coochie multiple times
Yeah.
to man them that she wanted that never took her seriously.
Yes. But she gives up the coochie. This is what a lot of women do. You give up the coochie to guys who you don't actually value even as a boyfriend, to guys who you don't actually want like that.
Yeah.
You just free up willy-nilly, open sesame.
Tower Bridge.
Right? But then you want the guys that you want to take, the guys
take you
you
s-
want, to
Guys
take
you
you
want to take you
seriously.
seriously, yeah?
You want them to pay up, take you on 10 dates, spend 10 grand on you, and then you'll think about giving up the coochie.
You know what, right? I hear you, and a lot of women think like that. But final thing I'll say is that I think you can't buy attraction. This is a fact. If you have experience with women, you can't buy attraction. So really and truly, that woman is not attracted to that guy. She can come with excuses and chop it and slice it and make it nice up, and because women like to answer things politically correct. But the truth be told is that you can't buy attraction. You wasn't really attracted to that guy. He wasn't your first choice. And people will argue nobody's anybody's first choice because no one's perfect and you just kind of settled. That's up for debate. It is what it is. But for me, is I would say, fellas, this is the norm now. So is it time for men to grab their passports and fly out? Because look at dating now. Look at what men have to pick from. Now I'm not going to argue. I'll argue for the women a little bit. I've seen the caliber of men.
Hard.
I'm gonna probably try to find the Viola Davis clip where she just turns
She just
and
gets
picks
up,
up her
grabs her
bag.
bag and
exactly. But it is what it is. That's my thoughts on that. I don't even want to waste any more time. Let's jump to clip number 2.
When a woman is in a relationship, she needs to have 0 friends, male or female. The male friends is just there because they want to have sex with her. The female friends is there to ruin the relationship. So I got 2 examples of what I mean. So you could be with a woman for 5, 10, maybe even 15 years. Everything is going good. Everything is perfect. Y'all got children. Y'all living together. Everything is going good. Both of y'all are in love, right? But eventually, her single, lonely, bitter, broken friend is going to come to your girlfriend and she's going to say, oh, you've been with such and such for this long? Why hasn't he put a ring on it? Why hasn't he married you? Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing that? If I was you, I would leave him. You could do so much better. You could find you a man that'll marry you tomorrow, right? So your girlfriend's going to reply and say, no, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm in love. Everything is good on our end, right? But give it a few hours. Give it a few days. Those thoughts are going to be lingering in her head. And she's going to go to her boyfriend and say, well, I want to be married. I want to get engaged. I don't want to be a girlfriend forever. Why haven't you married me yet? And he's going to say, okay, give me some time. Then another 3 months go by. She say, yeah, I want to be married. I don't want to be a girlfriend forever. I don't want to keep shacking up. I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to do that. Then another 6 months go by. She say, yeah, if you don't marry me within 3 to 6 months, then I'm going to go ahead and move out. Then another 3 months goes by and she ends up moving out of the house. You see how that one conversation with her lonely, bitter, broken friend has just ruined your whole relationship? Because you have to keep your woman away from negative influences, because women are heavily influenced by their friends, by their family, by social media, and everything that comes into part when it comes to this relationship shit, right? Let me give you example number 2. You can be dogging a woman out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 years straight, right? As long as nobody knows about it, it doesn't matter. She's going to stay. She's going to cry. She's going to complain. She's going to bitch. She's going to moan. But at the end of the day, she's going to stay because that's where she wants to be. But bring her friends into the equation. Bring her family into the equation. Bring social media into the equation. Bring other people's opinions into the equation, and I guarantee you she'll end up leaving the relationship, because most women care about the opinions of others more than they care about their own opinion and their own thoughts and their own relationship. So moral of the story is, if you want to have a successful relationship with a woman, do not let her have male friends or female friends, because she cares about their opinion more than she cares about her own relationships. Most relationships nowadays do not last because the woman cares about outside opinions more than she does her own relationship.
Okay, that's the end of that clip. That was very interesting. Who agrees? Who disagrees? Share some of your thoughts in the comments section below. As a female, where do you stand on that?
I see where he's going,
Okay.
and I would say I pretty much agree.
Do you agree with all of it?
From what I can remember, I don't think I disagreed with anything.
Okay.
I think I don't think a woman should have 0 friends.
Okay.
I would just say, just make sure you pick good quality friends. So, okay, for example, if a woman's in a relationship,
Yeah.
should she have single friends? I'm going to say no.
Okay.
No to having single friends. Can she have friends? I'll say yeah. But it's the type of friends you have and the type of friends you keep around you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in a relationship, let's say you're in a long-term relationship, you're not necessarily married, or say you're married, whichever one. The friends that you should be keeping at this point are other women that's been in long-term relationships or other women who are married.
Okay.
That's the sort of women that you should be around, not single ones. Because what the part I agree with him is, when you typically have a single friend and you've been in a relationship, especially because the time frame he said was like 10, 15-year relationships, right?
So a long-term
And
relationship.
It's a long-term relationship. And you have a single friends, they will typically say, oh, why are you not married? Or why this and why that?
So
And
you're saying,
oh, why can't you come out and
so in other
putting a
words,
devil into your head?
maybe it's not necessarily the devil. I hear him as far as planting the seed of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So some women, some single friends, they're single, so they're gonna act accordingly.
Yes.
And women that are in relationships are, if they hang around single people, single friends, then they're gonna act single too.
Yeah.
Energy is transferable.
You get told
Okay.
that like maybe you're boring or whatever, why don't you come out? Or okay, I had a question.
Okay.
Can't see it right now. Okay, should women who are in relationships go on girls' trips with their single friends?
I don't. Okay. Free game. Fellas, if your woman goes on the girls' trips, she's no longer a woman anymore. That's a no-go for me.
Why?
It's a no-go because we had one of my points here.
Okay.
I'm going to chime it all together. I'm going to put it all together. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you hang around a bunch of hoes or garden tools, as a nicer word, you may not be a garden tool.
Mhm.
People judge people. They say
Yeah.
you can't judge a book by its cover, but many of us read books that look cool, right? So we are going to judge a book by its cover. Okay, if you're not a garden tool, you either agree with it or you down with it or you hang around certain kind of people.
Mhm.
A woman in a long-term relationship or marriage, she's a representation of that man.
Mhm.
For example, if you are dating a guy with status, for example, he's a doctor, engineer, someone, for example, that works in STEM. He's not necessarily going to go for a woman that has a fans only
Mhm.
because that's not a good representation of him. What's he supposed to say? Here's my wife. And then he's introducing his wife to his friends and they're very noble people. They do what they need to do. Quality women. Oh, I'm introducing my fans only wife. Come on, man. Or she doesn't do that, but who she affiliates with is that. So do birds of a feather flock together?
Yes, they typically
I'm just
do.
saying, you might not be a garden tool,
Mhm.
but if you roll with them, you kind of agree with their behavior.
There's situations.
There's gray areas, yes,
Yes.
but
I will give an example of, say you grew up with your people, so your friends or whatever. Say you grew up with them from school or not necessarily in school, but let's just say from primary school. You know them from primary school. You've grown up with them. Let's say you went to the same secondary school. Your parents, their parents know each other.
I get it.
Grew up together. You're tight. But when you gave the example of the friend as a garden tool, right? You're not necessarily that, but they are. So then you will still hang around that person.
yeah.
You don't do what she does, but it's not going to be portrayed that way from the outside.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, and let me give you my point on that, right? I advocate for men to be more productive. I've grown up with people, dudes, that I've known for a minute. I've gone to school with them. I knew them when their face was smooth, no beard. So we're that young, right? But then the way they choose to live their life is kind of a bummy life. I can't tell a man how to live his life. But the thing is this, I'm emotionally connected.
Yes.
So I'm going to be more lenient to some things that they do. That's why I said there's gray areas. I'm not saying I'm perfect and, just because this guy I know is moving like this, I'm going to cut him off. It's easier said than done. I'm not going to cut man off, but at a point, you're going to have to look at your life and say, do I want to be affiliated with these people? How do they make me look? And the worst part is this. You're trying to drag the person up, but they're trying to pull you down. And as much as you care, it's like...
There's a time where you're going to have to let
For
go.
that woman that's in a relationship, I agree with you in the first point. I think it's all like, because what he was saying, she shouldn't have any friends. I disagree with that, man.
I think she should have friends. Just
I think it's okay. I think, okay. What I say is this. Some women, I think women need to have female friends. And sometimes women, they how a man's going to speak to, I'm logical. I'm very blunt. I'm going to say it how I say it. Most men are like that. Your women friends are more going to be
Emotional
compatible
side.
with you as far as chit chat and yapping away. That men's not going to, I'm not going to communicate with you the way a woman would. So a woman should have a friend. She should have her own space.
Balance.
She should have her own space, exactly, to create balance. I get that. I'm not opposed to that. But what I'm saying is that the balance and space that you do have, if you're around toxic women, that because I think women keep women single, right? So if you're a married woman, then hang around women that are married because your mindsets are going to be the same. If you're around women that have children, if you have children, hang around women that have children, right? I'm not saying to you, don't necessarily entirely hang around women that if you got a kid or children and they don't do that. But I'm saying those women that don't have kids don't understand.
Yeah.
If you're married or you're in a relationship, and you say, I've got to go home because I've got to cook food, I've got to do my chores, my duties.
You have those
That single
things
woman
in
don't
common.
get it.
Yeah. So you have those things in common with each other.
Yeah.
So if, as say a woman is married or in a relationship and the single friend is like, oh yeah, let's do this, or say they're already out somewhere and
Yeah.
they're looking at the time, it's like, oh, it's getting a bit late, I need
Yeah.
to do such and such, I need to get home, do yada 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 with my husband or with my kids or whatever the case may be. And then a single friend is like, oh, but come on, like,
So
or
she
say she ain't got
thinks
kids.
selfishly. And then sometimes what he's saying as far as then she's going to be like the sabotage. She's going to plant the seed of doubt. Why are you cooking for some man? And maybe she's had another failed talking stage. Maybe she wants to,
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
or she can't cash out and you have, and she's getting a little bit jealous because sometimes more time than not, women want to cash out when they hit the wall. And you cashed out years ago. So at the time when you cashed out, she thought you was a fool. You still tried to keep that friend. You still tried to keep the relationship going. You want the great quality, but then she thought she was doing her thing. Now she's older. She wants what you've already created, you've built.
Yeah.
She can't have that. She's jealous. So then she's like, plants the seed of BS. And I think that's what he's talking about as well. But what's your thoughts on women keeping friends, male friends? Let's talk about male friends. Do you think men and women can be friends?
No,
Why?
because the guy would usually want to beat or get
Why
in
do you
there.
think it's one? Why do you think it's the guy that wants to beat?
Oh, the woman can as well. I'm just saying,
Okay, I'll let you finish your point. Go on.
guys usually want to beat more than women.
Okay.
So that's why I said it in that reference. I'm not saying the woman doesn't. Yeah, she may want to as
Dude,
well.
dudes be like, no, I don't. Stop lying, man.
Yeah,
You want
you
to
do.
smash.
You want to smash. Stop it. Now, I'm not saying that there is not the anomaly to where I think there's a small percentage to where there are some women and men that are genuinely friends.
Yeah.
However, they done that. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
they grew up with them or whatever the case may be. And he honestly doesn't want to do that with you. Like he's your honest, true friend. There are some men and women who can do that. But for the majority, I would say
That's the minority.
no.
That's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would say no to a male and female being friends.
So men and women can't be friends.
no,
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna work. There are different types of.
So what about women that are in relationships and they have male friends? Where are you at with that?
A woman that's in a relationship and
So
she
she's
has
in a
male friends.
long-term relationship and she has a male friend.
Well, for me,
Is that a yay or nay?
I wouldn't suggest that. I wouldn't say that that's what you should do as a
Why?
female in a relationship.
Why?
No. Because the guy would typically want to be and stuff. He wants to do things. He doesn't just want to keep it, oh, we're just friends.
But don't you find that when even in that situation, or male and female, they're both single people and they're friends. We're just friends. I find that the woman benefits more
She
because
does.
she gets the 4 P's
Exactly.
for nothing.
Exactly.
Like she was his chick or his daughter. So at least with the wife's got to do her duties as a woman, as a wife, to get those 4 P's. Daughter gets it for free. So
She's trying to be like the daughter.
This female friend is like the daughter, and she's getting everything. So, oh, my tire needs changing. Oh, what's your thoughts on this? So you're getting a guy give you money, resources, where he's at. He's balancing you out. He's giving you structure like he would his daughter, and you're getting that for free to turn around. Okay, men don't listen. if I got a problem that needs to be solved,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go to a group of women to solve it.
No, you
I'm
have
going to go to my
your
I'm going to go to my
male
friends,
friends.
male friends, because they're going to give me solution.
Mm.
I'm not going to crown some woman's arm and I don't want to hear the sob story, but she might get her back blown out by a dude. It was a good smash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my days. I don't like the fact that he treats me like XYZ and I got to listen to that sob story. What do I get out of that? Except for wasted time.
Exactly. There are different
So men don't
angles.
benefit.
There are different angles. There are some men that would stay a friend for 10 years with the hope of getting a beat from that so-called friend of his that's a woman
That's a sim.
who has a boyfriend for all 15 years, but his that friend that's I'm gonna I'll help you with everything and yada yada yada. But deep down he's thinking he either likes you like that and he wants to be with you, but he knows that he can't, so he'll just stay there as a friend. But if he was ever given that opportunity, he would take it.
Most men would.
Exactly.
Okay. Before we close out, let me say this, right? He said the women planting the seed of doubt. Now, for the woman to plant seed of doubt, this means you got to be telling your private business to your friends. So you're making your private business public. And this is the thing. Women keep women single. So when you're telling your brethren, oh, my husband or my man's not doing X, Y, Z, why the hell? What? See, the union is between the two. Why do you go outside of those walls and tell people those things? So some women just don't know how to be private. Why do you have to gossip about your relationship, but then you find out that other women just listen but never gossip about theirs?
Yeah. Happens all the time.
I'm just saying.
I have one more thing I want to say
Yeah.
quickly. So, ladies, there's a question to you. You can also put in the comment section what you think. Ladies, can you trust your single friends around your man? This is a question. I want to also state this really quickly. So, I think it was on social media. We both saw it. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
There was a woman. I think she is. I can't remember whether she's a pastor.
She's a church lady. She is.
Church lady who puts her friends up in hotels when they come to town to stay. Now, some women will be like, "What? Like, really?" Say the friends will come and be like, "Oh my gosh! Like, you don't trust me. I feel offended." And I would just say this to the women that actually have that sense to actually, let me start again. I'm sorry. I think this church lady has sense to put her friends up in a hotel, because why would you want friends or other women all up in your house to do certain things that, I'm not saying they're definitely going to do it, but there's a possibility that they may do certain things in front of your husband that you're not going to like.
To allure him.
Exactly. So going back to the point, what the man was saying in the clip, as in,
certain kind of friends and all that.
Yeah, the certain kind of friends you have. They will try to steal your man. They'll try to do all sorts of things. So I would say, me personally, if that was my situation, you ain't staying in my house. You'll be going to a hotel or something else.
Well,
That's
she
what you'll be
understands
doing.
the harsh reality, like, because think about it like this, right? Women they want to,
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
right? She's gone through the whole, where is it? Let me, we got some new sound bites. She's gone through the whole.
Emotional, damn it.
Now, there's you in your good situation with your man for how long? She's had another failed talking stage. She's your brethren. She's single. She laughed at you when you cashed out early. Now, it's just not working. She's hit the wall.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
Then, you've got a good man. No complaints. You're happy where you at. She wants to come over.
Yeah.
So she wants to come over. Are you going to be the dumb chick and be like, it's just my brethren? You've got a good man where she complains about the men that she dates. You don't complain about yours. She knows this man also. So he's a good dude. I just want to leave that up in the air.
You give a woman an inch, she'll take a mile. Next minute, you know, she's the new wife and you're out the picture.
That's food for thought. Anyways, that's our thoughts on those clips for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. People, hit the like button and tell us what you think. In that being said, see you in the next one. Peace. We out.